Have you ever wondered what is a good life? How do you define a good life? And how do you live a good life? I've been wondering these questions for a long while, from my 20s into my 30s. Hi, my name is Ariel. If you're first time here, welcome. My channel focuses on travel and self-exploration. I have been working in the American corporate for the past 15 years or so. And throughout this period, I quit my job twice without a new job lineup because I wanted to live so-called the good life. I used to think I know what a good life is, but after continuous trial and error in searching for the past decade, I don't know if I'm so clear anymore. I'm currently on my second career break, and I'm kind of at a crossroad. I really want to figure out which direction to go or to prototype. I started to feel stuck or confused. I wonder if I ever will be successful at this YouTube thing. Was it the right decision to quit my job? With all these doubts, I wanted to default back to security. I wanted to look for a job again. In fact, I actually did. I tried to talk myself into wanting to go back to corporate. But when I truly try to prepare for the interview, I just know in my gut that I'm forcing myself. This is when my husband suggested maybe I should seek for professional help to help me understand my situation, find clarity, and make sure I'm not just defaulting back to the same path over and over again. This part of the video is sponsored by BetterHelp. Relationships and finding life's path isn't always easy, and trust me, you're not alone. So stop asking your questions to the endless void. My sponsor, BetterHelp, will connect you to a therapist who can help you find answers to some of these questions. Instead of getting stuck in an endless loop questioning yourself, you can talk through relationship concerns with someone who's trained to help you find real answers. It's simple. You fill a questionnaire. In as little as a couple days, you'll be matched with a therapist. If it's not the right fit, no worries. You can switch anytime with no extra cost. BetterHelp carefully ensures that the therapists on the platform are well qualified, and their customer support team is there if you need help. With over 7,000 reviews and 4.5-star rating on Trustpilot, it's a platform you can trust. I always think going to therapy is a sign of strength, not weakness. There are so many questions that can be answered by therapy. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/arielshell for 10% off your first month of therapy. For my situation, talking to my therapist made me understand that I was rushing it all, and she recommended me this book called Designing Your Life, which helped me lay out the path that I could take to achieve my dream life. Now let's dive into what I learned from this book called Designing Your Life by Bill Burnett and Dave Evans. Both are Silicon Valley innovators and Stanford University design educators. I've actually heard of this book over 2 years ago, and my husband bought the audiobook for me, but I never got around to finishing it until recently. So using my own situation, being in my mid-30s, on my second career break, not sure what to do next, listen to this 6.5-hour audiobook over and over again for 3 times, did all the exercise mentioned in the book, and here in this video, I'm going to summarize it to hopefully I can edit it to under 30 minutes, show you all the techniques and the strategies the book taught us in designing your life. In the book, when the authors ask their students how many lives there are in you, the average answer is 3.4. The truth is, all of us have more than one life within us. Using my own life as an example, I would consider before graduation from my engineering degree as my first life. It involves me being a student, being a daughter, and being a part-time worker who takes on whatever job I can find in order to make a living and pay for my tuition to go to university. My second life is my life after graduation. That's also when I moved from Texas to California. So in my second life, I got married. My role changed to being a wife, and my work role changed from an engineer to a project manager, and then program manager and senior manager, and lots more after that. And my third life, I think is my current life in my 30s. I'm trying something else out. What am I going to try will be revealed through the rest of these videos as we apply the strategies learned from the book. The goal of my current life or third life is to try out or build my dream career. I hope to do that by sharing my self-exploration growth journey with you guys and meet like-minded people who also believe that you don't just have one life and you can always have the time and the ability and try and live the dream life. The book described there are multiple great lives and plans within me, and I get to choose which one to build my way forward to next. Stop trying to get it right and start designing your way forward. Step 1. Start where you are. First, we need to figure out where we are currently. Then the goals and the actions we will set will make sense. The book guides us to define where we are by an assessment dashboard that's divided into 4 categories. Starting with health as our foundational category, then move on to love, play, and then work. The exercise here is to do a self-assessment and score yourself on where you are from 0 to 100 in each of these categories and why you rate yourself that way. Let me tell you my score. Starting with the foundation, health, and this includes mental health and physical health. I give myself a score of 70. Because I know myself mentally, I am a very anxious person. So on the mental health front, it's not very healthy, but I'm definitely always working on it by more meditation, reading more self-exploration books, talking to friends and therapists, and also seeing nature more. For physical health, I don't know any big problem with it right now. Hopefully there isn't. And I do yoga at least twice a week. I cook at home more. I think I'm eating healthy. So that's why I give myself an overall score of 70. On the love front, this includes love others and being loved. Here, I give myself a score of 60 because I am experiencing a lot of love bilaterally between me and my husband and me and my dogs. However, I don't feel too much love from parents. That's why I score myself 60 in the love section. In the play section, I also give myself a 60. I rate this number because I don't allow myself to play. That's the problem. Whenever I'm home, I tend to try to find something to work on, either reading a book or writing a script or editing a video, or maybe looking for the next opportunity to collaborate with someone or potentially practice some interviews just so that I'm still fresh in the tech industry and I can go back to it anytime to make me feel secure. So I don't spend too much time letting myself play. That's my problem and I'm aware of it. However, I still give myself relatively high score in the play section because when I go travel, which is what I love to do, van life, then I take my dogs to either new places or just beautiful nature here in Northern California. We have so much of those. Whenever we go out, I feel that's a sense of play and it fills my cup. So that's why I give myself a 60. Whoa. On the work front, I give myself a 50. The reason being is I don't work as much or as hard as I used to be when I worked in my previous job. I think that's a good thing, but I don't make enough money though, or I rarely make any money. So that's what's lowering the score, and not making money is creating a little bit of anxiety. So I'm only giving myself 50 for work front. When I look at my health, love, play, and work dashboard, nothing scores very high. It looks like I need to increase the score in the work front, play, and love categories. But knowing where I'm at with these areas gives me some framework. Only I know what's good enough or not good enough right now. After you find out where you are by filling out this dashboard, the second step is build your compass. You can do this by exploring your life view and your work view. The book actually asks you to write an essay, like spend 30 minutes on each category, at least 250 words. I did not do that much. I did answer all the questions from the book. So let's start with work view. In the work view, some questions to help you explore are: number 1, what does work means to you? What is work for? Why do you do it? And what makes good work good? Those are the guided questions to help you write down your work view. My answers are, for the first one, what do work means to me? Work means doing something of value to the causes that I want to contribute to in society, including but not limited to helping animals, enable a more environmental friendly earth, contribute to world peace, contribute to general human kindness. And what is work for? For me, work is a way for me to contribute to the causes I believe in, just mentioned. Work is also a way for me to build a community of like-minded people, make friends, also building towards my financial goals. or to make money. What makes a good work good? This one, I had to think about it. Work is good when you're working on something that you believe in, such as the company, the product, the initiative, and the people that you're working with, your stakeholders, your teams, are people who all want to contribute to the same goals and working together. That's what makes good work good to me. So take a moment to write down your work view. When you're done, come back and we'll move on to life view. Life view, just like work view, the author also asks you to spend 30 minutes. Write down your view with these guided questions, such as, what makes life worthwhile? How does my life relate to my family, friends, and the world? What do money, fame, and personal accomplishment have to do with a satisfying life? How important are experience, fulfillment, and growth to my life? Before you write down your answers, you want to be careful you're answering based on your life's compass, not your role model, not your parents, but your life's compass. We often tend to be influenced by your role model or your parent. Knowing a lot of parents, they have a mindset of what's a satisfying life for their kid. So they will try to influence their kid into living that life. Just be mindful of that and really ask yourself, what does your heart say when answering these questions? Here are my answers. A worthwhile life to me is having freedom. To add on to that, since we're having a wish list here, I want to get to live in whichever country I like and trying out various countries to live in. Some top of mind are Japan, Korea. I want to see and experience different culture, eat different food, see new sceneries, to meet new friends from various cultures. How does my life relate to my family, friends, and the world? That's kind of already answered in the first question. In terms of family, luckily I have a husband that also shares the same life view as me. He also wants to go to the countries I just listed and do the same thing as me. That's going to come up later in this video in my Odyssey plan. What do money, fame, personal accomplishment have to do with a satisfying life? For me, fame is not important. I actually prefer not to be famous. I don't need it. The lesser people know about my personal life is probably more secure and better for me. Money is important to me because it's a tool I need to live the worthwhile life. Personal accomplishment is not as important as group accomplishment to me. I think if I can get a group of people that have similar goals and interests and work towards that same thing and we get it done, that's going to be way more fulfilling to me than me accomplishing it on my own. After you write down your work view and your life view, now is the part to put them together or find their similarity. In the book, I call it coherent. For me, I noticed 3 points that's coherent between my work view and my life view. The first one is helping animals and helping dogs live a happy life. The second one is I want to build a community of like-minded people to surround me for the causes that I believe in. The third point of coherent between the two views are having enough money so I can go see, experience different culture, eat different food, study different language, and also have money to help dogs live a happy life. After you build the compass, step 3 is wayfinding. 2 questions drive this section. First one is, what do you like to do? And second is, what are you good at? The book asks you to do a feel-good journal every day. Specifically, you want to look for the parts where you're doing something and you got into that mode of flow. You forgot about time, surrounding environment, or anything. You just got into it and put 100% of your attention in accomplishing that thing, and it fills your cup. So that's when you got into a mode of flow. For my current life, I think I get into a mode of flow when I'm driving to a new place or just exploring a new area of nature. And when I'm home working, I get into a mode of flow when I'm editing. To me, when I edit my videos, I feel like I'm reliving those moments that I'm very happy, but slowly and with more observation. It's a comfortable process. Also love it when you guys comment on my videos and I get to comment it back and we have a positive discussion about something. It helps me learn about myself and about the world. Step number 4, mind map. Here in the book, the author asks to do a mind map. Only the proximity circles needs to be related. Let me show you my mind map to make things more clear. Then here is my mind map. Let me put it on the screen so it's easier for me to go over it. Starting with my center circle, I first wrote down van life. Then I cross out the van and put new life. That will highlight the term new here because I think to me, what excites me is to experience something new, not repeating every day exactly the same way. So I wrote down my second layer of circle. Since we're going all out here, I just wrote down whatever came to mind. That's what you should do, suggested by the author. You should take about 3 to 5 minutes to write down your mind map and not think too much about it. When I think about new life, I wrote down van life US, van life Japan, move to Japan, move to Taiwan, move to Korea, try out vet technician job, try out car mechanics job. If we expand on the circle for van life US, I have the locations rolled out. I would like to van life all across California. I want to do Washington, Utah. I want to do YouTube to document all of my van life journey. If we go to the second layer circle to move to Japan, I wrote down my third layer relating to moving to Japan, such as attend a Japanese school, learn how to Airbnb a IKEA house, do YouTube, documenting my journey in moving to Japan, and travel all around Japan. Van Life Japan. My fourth layer in this part is Van Life Japan. I can go to Mount Fuji, Hokkaido. I can do YouTube to share this. So I think you get the gist of it is you write out everything you think you want to do. I recommend you also take a few pieces of paper or a notebook like me and write down your mind map. Once you're done with that, we'll move on to exercise number 5, which is creating an Odyssey plan. Let me put on my glasses again. You can see it as your quest for the next 5 years of your life. The book focuses on don't anchor on your one problem. Reframe the solutions to other possibilities. Prototype those ideas. So in the Odyssey plan, you'll want to write down 3 lives or 3 versions of the life you could live. Life number 1 is what you're currently doing. It may be an extension of your current work. Life number 2 is if you could live your life over again, this is what you would do. And life number 3 is if money and other people's judgments are out of the picture, how would you live your life? The book suggests write down 5 years of these 3 different kind of life. And here are mine, hand-drawn version. Life 1, life 2, and life 3. In writing out each of these life and its 5-year plan, you want to assess 4 things. 1 is resource, considering time, money, skill, and network. Rate yourself from 0 to 100 on where you are in terms of resources you have now in your life to accomplish this 5-year plan. Second gauge is like level. How much do you like this plan? Third gauge is confidence. And fourth gauge is coherent. Call coherent or aligning to your life view and your work view is this 5-year plan. I'm not going to share all of my 3 lives 5-year plan in detail with you guys. I'm just going to read one of them that's most likely realistic. The book recommends you create a title for each of these lives to make it more formal. I give my 5-year plan the title of Dream Achiever. I love that title. Achieve my dream. Okay, so we're starting with on the YouTube front. I'm planning to post more videos on self-exploration and growth. I want to find more people, like-minded people, to interview with them, people who are into studying financial freedom or self-growth or van life or travel, move to Asia, loving dogs. If you like any of those, reach out to me. I love to collaborate with you and learn from you and make new friends. I also want to start looking for a job either in the vet industry or car mechanics because I do van life a lot and I always wanted to be self-resilient or self-reliant and or independent so I don't have to have my car towed somewhere if it's broken down and knock on wood, it doesn't happen, but I just want to have the knowledge and skill set to be able to fix basic problems with my van if it happens, and hopefully it doesn't. Or I might start looking for a job back at the technical program manager area as long as the company or the product I'm supporting is in alignment with my value. In 2025, on the YouTube front, in addition to continue to post videos, I want to start writing blogs. For example, this video, everything I said to you guys, I write down in my Google Docs before I record it. If I could share what I wrote down already in a blog, some people prefer to reading instead of watching me in a video, they could do that. I would like to start coaching because I feel like I learned quite a bit of lesson in either the financial front, FIRE, FIRE, or just career coaching if you're looking to get into tech industry or you're already in the industry and you want to change from an engineer to become a project manager or grow into a program manager or even becoming a manager or director. In 2025, on the job front, I hope I can land a job involving helping animals or in the animal medical industry. Also because I have 3 dogs, they're all pretty senior now. The youngest one is turning 12 this year. So I want to become more knowledgeable in handling and taking care of dogs and get more experience and hands-on experience with taking care of dogs' medical issues. And 2025, in the self-growth front, I want to learn Japanese. I already started Duolingo, planning to get more serious about learning Japanese. Skipping through 2026, I wrote so much here, but basically it's just an expansion of everything I said in 2025. And then 2027, which is year 4 from now, I hope to continue to expand on my social media business. I hope by then I'll be able to grow my team large enough and makes a good income that I can hire a team, maybe hire editors or hire helpers, photographers. I hope I can start making donations or go on these like animal rescue journeys in various countries. And I want to be able to help veterinarians perform basic procedures on the dogs, either spay or neuter, taking care of stray dogs and move them into shelters or help them find a family, take care of basic medical needs for the dogs. And then 2028, everything is expansion of what I just wrote. In addition to one thing is I'm considering moving to Japan finally, but we will see. It depends on everything else that happened before 2028. I hope to find a way to get a Japanese visa and I hope to be conversational in Japanese and hopefully land on some Japanese friends and network with Japanese community to help me fulfill my dream in trying out new cultures and moving on to new countries. So this is my 5-year Odyssey plan for life 1. In terms of resources for this plan, I give myself a score of 60. I believe I have time to realize this plan now. I have almost enough money to realize this plan. It would be helpful if I can land on some jobs that make money. Skill-wise, I need to learn various skills here to become a vet technician. I need to learn Japanese. I want to learn car mechanics. For the likeness level, in terms of how much I like this plan, I give myself a 95. And I think the only missing 5 point is because I need to interview and with the interview process, it comes rejection sometimes. And I'm still beefing up my confidence to be able to handle rejections. I don't see it as a huge problem, but it does makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable if I get rejected from interviews, especially the non-related interviews to my past work experience, such as car mechanics or vet technician. I don't have previous work experience. I don't have degrees or knowledge in that area right now. And if people read my resume, they might wonder why the heck you want to change your career. I'm planning to write a self-introductory letter to explain my quest or my Odyssey plan, and hopefully that I can land on a job. Other than that part, I love everything about my plan, so I give it a 95. In terms of confidence in realizing this plan, I give that a score of 70. The reason for that is pretty much covered in my previous reason. I'm not actually there yet. I don't have a job right now in vet or car mechanics, and I haven't found a job back in TPM role that aligns with my value yet. So like I don't know where it's going to go in terms of finding that job. And I don't know how this YouTube channel is going to grow or not grow. All I know is I'm going to do everything within my control, which is go do it. Just execute. Go look for the job. Apply to the job best I can. Do the interview best I can. And for those opportunities that match, will attract. Coherence, I give this plan 100. And I think this plan 100% match my life view and work view. I averaged the 4 scores and it gives me 81.25 for how likely I'm going to execute this plan. Hopefully we're still here 5 years from now, and I'm going to do a recap going back to this video and tell you guys how closely I've executed against this 5-year Odyssey plan. But I also know to keep an open mind and be able to iterate and accept new opportunities. Okay, after I ramble on and on about my Odyssey plan, hopefully after this video, you can go back and write down your Odyssey plan, and I'll be happy if you can share that with me through Instagram. My Instagram is Ariel Shell. Just share it and tag me. I'll be very happy to see it. After you have your Odyssey plan, the next step is to prototype. From a designer mindset and also being a product manager myself, I know how important prototypes are. In this case, we're not prototyping a product or an application, we're prototyping your life design. What happens here is prototyping will give you an opportunity to understand what a new career path might feel like. Even if you only try for a day or an hour, it'll give you a sense of feeling. And that's why I say I want to go look for a part-time job being a vet technician before I go and commit to a 2-year degree becoming a vet technician. If you want to try out a new career, or if you want to open a new restaurant, you want to open a coffee shop, highly recommend to you to go find someone who's already in that area, go volunteer for them, or find a part-time job, or buy them a meal and ask them all the questions in that industry over a meal or over a coffee. It will give you so much more insight into if that thing you want to do actually is what you want to do. Prototypes are a great way to start a conversation, and often more than one thing typically leads one to the other, turning to unexpected opportunities. They help serendipity happen. Finally, prototypes allow you to try and fail rapidly without over-investing in a path before you have any data. Lastly, in this video or in this set of exercise is to build a team or support team. It could be your family or friends who also read this book or did their Odyssey plan. You and that friend can share the plan with each other, progress together along the way. At least for me, if I have or somebody who is doing the same thing as me, everything becomes more realistic. Such as when I was trying to lose weight. If I was going to do it myself, I know I will easily give up. But if I have a goal of a certain number I want to lose by a certain time and a friend is doing it with me, we check each other's on the progress, and then we encourage each other along the way when things get hard, or we keep eating salad and we say, oh my God, I just want some steak or milk tea. And then we tell each other, you haven't met your goal. So as long as you have a buddy, it makes things more realistic to accomplish. And then lastly, your team could include your supporters. For me, I hope it will be you guys. On that note, I hope you learned something from today's video. If you haven't already, considering subscribing to this channel, I would love for you to join my community in designing a good life. That's it for now. See you in the next one. Bye bye. Thank you. Thanks for being here.